Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. I've been waiting, I don't even know how long, for this game. Quite honestly, the Dragon Quest Monsters, I guess it was Dragon Warrior Monsters when I was a kid, was one of my favorite series as a child. I never got into the Joker series, and I don't know why, and then we've pretty much had a massive, what is it, like 10-15 year dearth of Dragon Quest Monsters games, and so I've been really hoping we get one of these. I thought Dragon Quest Treasures was going to be a Monsters title, and it kind of is, but not really. So hey, we've also got some DLC because I got the deluxe pack. What is our name? I was about to reach for my Psaro. Nah, I'll just be Wander. Psaro is just weird. Too weird for me. Might as well mention, while we're here, thank you to Square Enix for sending me a copy of this game.
Uh-oh, this isn't good. Over here!
Hey? A human whelp by the looks of him. Hang about! This isn't any ordinary human. Gorin, help me get him inside.
So, if he's no ordinary human, what's he supposed to be?
He is none other than Randolpho the Tyrant's son, a prince amongst us monster folk.
Randolpho's son? But he looks like any other human.
They say Randolpho had a child with a human woman, but the boy's whereabouts were unknown.
But what would he be doing here in Naderia now?
Well...
There you are, darling. Have those bullies been picking on you again?
But you're tougher than anyone, Your Highness. Why not show them who's boss next time?
No, Gloopit. Listen carefully. No matter what happens, you are not to lay a finger on a human. You are not like them. And that means you have to try twice as hard as anyone else to be human, if not harder.
All right, mate. You're the one what moved into that little hut in the woods, ain't ya? You sneaky rotter. Hey, stop that! Oh, what do you want, Evan? I suppose you think you're some kind of hero wanting to protect this idiot. Ow, that hurts. You all right there? I guess neither of us is much of a hero. The Shriveler. It got my dad. And after it strikes, he comes back for the whole family. He's going to get me and my sister. Hey! Where are you going?
What's monster kind royalty doing in a piddling
backwater like this.
Is that you? How come you're so strong? And what did it mean, monster kind royalty?
Spread out! We'll catch that silver-haired brat!
My darling, listen to me. You have to remember, each of us is burdened with our own destiny. My darling boy, please embrace your humanity. Your father rules over Naderia, but that is not your concern. Just please, whatever you do, stay away from him. I beg you.
Lady Miriam! Oh. Thankfully, she's just snoozing. Where are you going, Your Highness? Naderia? Don't go, Your Highness. Come back!
Ah, I see you're awake. I know you've come a long way, but you'd best give up on your plan to see your father. Not interested in my warning, I see.
She's come all this way alone. Impressive. Though I wouldn't expect any less from one of your sons, Randolfo, my lord.
Tell me, boy of mine. Why do you return to the underworld, from which you are an outcast? It is certainly within my power to ease your mother's pain, but only if I so desire.
You intend to take arms against me?
Very well. Allow me to show you exactly where you stand. You are now cursed, unable to harm creatures of monster blood. That should deter you from returning here.
Now prepare to be sent to the end of time itself! Globo Oscuro!
You again.
So you are here, progeny of human and monster. I am the one who sees all. I am sorry to tell you that your mother passed a short while ago. Henceforth, you will do as she wished and live your life as a human. I shall remove the monster blood that courses through your veins for you. Why do you resist? I see. So you would have your revenge by deposing him and taking his title as Master of Monsterkind. For this, you will require the strength of a monster, no doubt. Very well. You are the master of your own destiny.
This is the story, oft heard but yet untold, the tale made new in the telling. Okay. I like the angle. It's compelling, if a bit disjointed. I feel like wakey,
wakey, lad. It's only me, Royston. You were moaning and groaning a fair bit. Bad dreams, I take it. Oh, Monty asked about you, by the way. Let's go see him when you get the chance.
You can move your character with left stick, control with right stick, interact with things. Cool. B to jump. You can jump? Oh, that's weird. Oh, it is Gloopert. Okay, will you be looking for a way to undo your curse again today, your highness? I'm not complaining, but I wish you had some more slime to hang out with me. When can I just recruit them? Okay, so is there... No, it doesn't look like I can open any of these. Is this... Oh, it's an oven. I thought for a second that was like a really extreme chamber pot situation and I got worried. Dang, this guy's got one heck of a basement going on in here. Oh. Got a medicinal herb. Okay. No mini metals though. I don't actually know if those are going to be really a thing in this game. For me, oh gosh, mini metals were like the thing to collect in the original games. And so I'm kind of lightly hoping they come back in some way, shape, or form. If you ever get stuck and aren't sure where to go next, you can see a pink, you can spot a pink speech bubble. Person you find there may be able to point you in the right direction. Location of your objective is on the map with the red icon. Yeah, so we can pull up the map here. It's full 3D, looks nice. It's only on the Switch. Hopefully they bring it to the, to PC and other platforms at a later date. Just because, I don't know, I feel like everybody should be able to play these games. And also maybe the textures could use a bit of an update. It's a little choppy, maybe? I don't know. I can't tell if it's just me. It could also just be my computer, or my recording setup at the moment. Oh, there you are, lad. Well, I'm sure you know why I'm so eager to see you. That's right, I want to talk about that curse of yours, the one that stops you from harming monsters. I know you've been burning the midnight oil, researching ways to rid yourself of it. And we've got to thank you for that magic barrier protecting Rosehill from human folk and wild monsters. Everyone in the village is grateful to you, lad. To think you just wandered in lost one day. And now you're like family. But truth be told, we're no closer to finding a cure for your curse than the day you came. Which is why I think it's time to try a new approach. And that approach is, hold on a minute, where did I put my blessed notes? Yeah? What's all this?
Oh, bloomin' heck. Don't tell me.
Oh, it is voice acted here.
Monsters! Monsters in village!
So this is the village he's hiding in.
So your blighters are back again, are ya? Well, I'm not stunned for it. Oh. This one's no pushover.
You really think think you stand a chance against us? Who do we have here? You look like him. You smell like him. No doubt about it. You're the one our master seeks.
Get away! You can't do it!
What's the matter, boy? Struck dumb with fear, are you?
You can't! You can't do harm to a monster!
It's your lucky day. A certain important someone wants a word with you. What the?
Right, my darlings. Kindly let these manky monsters know they've outstayed their welcome.
Curse you! We'll be back. And next time, you'll be coming with us.
You're not hurt, are you, lad? Good. Good. I'm just glad I made it in time. I knew we'd be having unwelcome guests again, but I just didn't expect them quite so soon. Hmm? You're keen to know who these monsters are? Well, I'll tell you all about it later. First things first, we need to tend to the injured. And I've got just the monster for the job. This way. Now, lad, where were we? As I'm sure you know, this isn't the first time monsters have come to the village hoping to find you. We've all banded together and fought them off. But each time they come back stronger. We can't hold them off forever. Now, you're going to have to learn to protect yourself, my lad. You're going to have to become a Monster Wrangler. Do you know what one of them is? Oh, right. Well, anyway, I'm talking about the mighty gladiators who marshal their monstrous troops in battle. I just know you'll be a natural, lad. After all, it's in your blood. Why don't I get you started with one of my little lot? I'll ask you a few questions, and I'm sure we'll be able to pair you up with the perfect monster. Would you say you prefer lovable monsters to more rugged types?
I really like...
Would you prefer a monster with sleek skin to one that's on the furrier side?
I really like this system. I'm curious to see if he's just going to give me a selection of the 3 we had earlier, or if it's like a much wider range. I'm so used to starting these games with just a regular slime, though. This is neat. No, give me a big furry rugged thing.
Very interesting indeed. I reckon the perfect match for you is...
a slime.
I'm sure you'll get along famously. Are you happy with this monster?
No.
Then let's start again.
Okay. Let's try that again.
would you say...
Okay, let's try lovable.
And do you like...
Compact monsters. No. Big and lovable.
Do you like weird and...
Yes. More questions this time around. Okay. I'm just going to be skipping through some of the dialogue here. Platypunk again.
I'm sure you'll get along famously.
That's not lovable!
With this...
No!
Let's...
Just give me the list, sir. Just show me your selection. I like the personality test. Okay.
And do you like...
Let's go for a compact one this time around.
Very...
If it's just a slime, I'm taking it.
I'm sure
Hell
you'll
yeah.
get along famously.
Oh, I like this lad.
Happy with this monster?
Immensely.
Treat him well, won't you, lad?
Please give your monster a nickname. You'll be able to change it later. What is its nickname? Fright Bulb? No. Okay. Fact about myself, I have a hard time naming anything. Like, it's not easy coming up with good names. And the problem is, I'm just sitting here and... Like, unfortunately, Goobert's kind of stuck in my head, but we can't have a second Goobert. Because that's not... Swirg. Like, the problem is, I just get stuff stuck in my head, and it's hard to get it out, and then I'm just stuck with it. Anyway, he's Swirg with 2 G's. Swirg joins the party. Like I said, hard to escape.
Looks like they've taken a shine to you. Now, it's time you learned the ABCs of monster wrangling. Let's head out of the village and get ready to rumble.
I do hope this tutorial doesn't take too long. I do like being able to play the game. It's one thing I do miss about older games, is that they tended to be pretty efficient. Ooh, this is actually really nice looking. But they tended to be very efficient with, like, getting you into the game. Not always, but in a lot of cases.
Now then, let's turn you into a monster wrangler. We'll start with the basics. A monster wrangler's job is to train up their monsters to be good and strong.
Lights, camera.
Hey? Did you say something, lad?
Oops.
Oh, right. Mind saying it again? These old ears aren't what they used to be.
Action! I'm here to make you a star.
Oh, it's him.
Oh. Talent, and I could smell you a mile off. You're a natural.
Oh, he is. They have changed dramatically since the Game Boy games.
With me, and you'll have your name up in lights in no time.
Blimey, Nora! I see you're still as daft as a brush, Fizzy.
Monty! It's been a while, but it's never too late. I'm all ears if you ever want to make a comeback.
Right. Fizzy here may be a rum 'un, but she's a first-rate instructor of monster wranglers. I reckon I can leave you in her more than capable hands. Right. I'm gonna head back to the shop. Drop by once you've finished your training.
All right, babe. It's you and me now. Are you ready to shine? Lesson 1. The basics. Defeating monsters in battle.
I wonder if it's a similar combat system or if they've changed. Oh god, that thing's unsettling to behold. The Bunicorn is nice and familiar though.
Do you see those? They're wild monsters. Just bump into one and get the action started. This is it, doll. Your first audition. big smile now. You're gonna be somebody.
I think I'm gonna have to turn the music down though. Okay, can I access my menu? Yes, I can. Menu, thank you. I'm good. Sound. Okay, voice of characters. Yeah, I think it... Hopefully that'll handle it. Alright, yeah, let's see if the gameplay has changed dramatically since, like, the olden days, or if it's a familiar combat system. Slime appears. Okay, so we can do orders, tactics, fight. Scout, and your monster will perform a show of force. If it succeeds, your enemy monster will join your team. Okay, so Scout is slightly different. I'm not just throwing meat anymore. Anyway, Scout? Enemy is irritated. Okay, I think we should probably just fight for now. I guess I should check if we have any interesting orders. Swurg. Swurg is attack or defend. Oh. I see, so that's... Oh, right, you can kind of give specific orders or they'll do their own thing. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I'll catch monsters later. I like the new catching system. That seems better. We get stats. Unfortunately, I think Swurg is more of a caster type than anything. So we're gonna probably be a little hamstrung for a bit.
Done so soon? What did I say, kid? You're a natural. Just keep plugging away, and your monsters will grow up big and strong. Next up, we'll try to scout a monster so it joins your team. All you have to do is hit a critter with a show of force. Get out there and give it a shot. You see, sometimes monsters will get right back up after a battle, wanting to join your squad. Just keep at it, superstar!
You know, I dropped the music, it's still kind of loud. Oh good, I can just re-recruit a slime. Do I want this slime? You know what? No, we've got the bunnicorn in the back. Let's go pick that up. Slimes are okay. Like, I usually don't truck with slimes until I can reliably have either a metal slime. Oops. No, we'll smack him first. I don't know if that's actually a good plan exactly. But I usually don't mess with slimes until I've got like a metal slime or a gold slime. If those are even still in the game. What is its name? Like I said, my naming, I don't know. Makes me laugh, and that's good enough for me, at least.
You scouted a monster already? I tell you, kid, you're gonna go far. All right, one more time. With feeling. If you want a monster to join your squad, you can either use a show of 4,
why are you telling me this again?
Or you can simply defeat them in battle.
Oh, I see.
If you find they aren't willing to join you, when you scout a new monster but haven't got space in your party, it'll be sent to your monster depot. And Monty can handle the details, so if you want to know more, just ask him, okay? Ah, spring. Is there a finer season? Just look at those gorgeous flowers. But you know, the times they are a-changing.
Oh, do we have to worry about seasons?
Feel that sunlight sizzle. Oh, look over there. Do you see that ivy? In summer, the greenery gets a growth spurt. I wonder if that ivy can take your weight. Try climbing it. you say we go a little further? Walk with me, would you, kid?
Okay, X to display the menu, change your party, adjust options. Cool. What a weird horror stump. Okay, I don't like it. I love Akira Toriyama's work. His monsters are so hit and miss. Like, this looks like a weird a Disney Minion, reject. Stump chump. Like, I'll probably have to catch all of them, and I should. But I'm not gonna go out of my way for that one. Anyway, I've been meaning to open this up for a while. Smoked sirloin, so that boosts catching chances. So that is also in this game. I like the changing of the seasons, though. That's an interesting choice. What is this thing? It is kind of cute. It's like a flower drag. A vegan Dragora. Oh, it's cute. Oh, boy. What? Oh, we got it. It's so derpy. What is its name? Derpagora. The problem is, like, so many of the monsters here are also derpy, so there's not too much I can do with that, but whatever. We also got a rock. A pretty pebble. Okay, anything else? No, not up here at least. It looks like it can at least drop down. Yeah, so let's just start beating up things. I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to scout too many monsters, unless it specifically appeals to me. One of the big draws on the Dragon Quest series, for the most part, or Dragon Quest Monster series, is, like, fusing monsters together, or I guess breeding them. And so I think once we access that, I will care a little bit more. Got a talent point. Okay. I'm gonna choke on myself. Okay, talent points your monsters can assign to their talents, unlocking skills and traits that will make them formidable in battle. Assign all. Okay. So, Wisdom Booster are just passives. These give me abilities. Oh, I see. So we can invest points into the Soothsayer tree, and then also into the Wisdom tree. Yeah, let's just keep going on that tree. That's an interesting system. I'm curious what happens. Like, can you have a monster that inherits traits? Because, for example, could I have Soothsayer on, like, a vegan Dragora? And how many of those can you have? I've got to imagine you've got to be able to get that to some degree, just for later game monster customization. Maybe? I certainly hope so. I adore when games give you a lot of those kind of options and build combos, even if they become a little bit busted. It just feels so much fun to kind of min-max your creatures and figure out exactly, like, how to make the perfect untouchable gold slime, or the dragon that is, you know, so big and bad it just rips through things in seconds. Usually I go for kind of an all-rounder approach, but I don't know. This game might actually let me specialize, I guess, maybe, as part of it. Because I definitely remember when I was younger, I had, like, a trio, I think, of gold slimes. Because I think they were largely immune to magic and barely took any damage, so you could just smack your way through stuff. It's been so long, though, that I don't fully remember. I guess I have my old Game Boy cartridge. I could maybe load it up and actually see. Okay, so we've got Naturalist for Heartbreaker, Sandstorm, and then looks like a lot of HP. I'm just going to assign all in Heartbreaker. The stats are nice, but unless it's direct physical damage, I'm probably going to skip it. I haven't seen a MP bar, but maybe I just haven't been looking. Great. And I can jump. I don't know if there's specifically a reason for me to go out of my way to do so. Oh. No, but there was a shiny.
Wouldn't you know it? in autumn already. You'll find heaps of leaves all over the place at this time of year. Knock yourself out. Go investigate. What say we regroup at that big waterfall at the back there?
Okay, so where's that shiny? It was this thing? Oh, it's just a medicinal herb. Okay. So cool, but not, like, game-changingly cool. I don't think we really have too many things up here. Just a couple of slimes to fight. A shiny and... oh, gosh. Like I said, some of the creatures in the Akira Toriyama has come up with, a little unsettling to behold, to be honest. Oh no, we do actually have an MP bar. Okay. It doesn't look like I can see my enemies' health bars. At least not currently. Maybe there's a talent for that. Bantamweight. I don't think that the flying rooster was always called a bantamweight. I swear they've had another name in the past. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I don't know. I'd have to go find my old, like, Prima guide and pull them out, but I don't even know if the bantamweights were in the old games. Oh, some good EXP. Now, do we get talent points? Okay, so we don't get it every time we level up. So, HP, Agility, Ultra Insomniac, and Auto Restora. Okay, let's get Sizz, but let's start working on Sleep Suppressor. I'm curious about Auto Restora and how that functions here. Okay, so it looks like that we've got a lot of kind of reasons to explore beyond just catching monsters. I'm curious about the changing of seasons, if that's something that happens automatically or what exactly. But I do appreciate that from the perspective of keeping exploration slightly more interesting. I'm just worried that I'm going to have to stand around for a while waiting for summer to tick over so I can go up some vines. Dare trick me with a pile of leaves? You must die. Whoa, Brigitte. It's an eggplant. It took me a little bit to get that one. Mainly because I don't think I read its name. But I'll give him credit. It's nice and punny. I didn't exactly play the Dragon Quest games for... I don't want to say high-tier writing. We might have some talent points. Whatever. I don't think we're going to be using them, and I don't think I'm going to be going out of my way to use them right now. I will catch the Draki if I can, though. I like Drakis. They're cute. Okay, that's not bad. Scouting failed, what? With those chances? Also, looks like leveling up gets us all of our MP back. Okay, can I scout him again? Okay, looks like the chances went down a smidge. I might just have to kill him. Nope, got him.
You're one of us now.
What is his name? You know what, honestly, we'll just keep it as Draki. Also, because I don't know if I'm going to be using them yet. Oh, interesting. Doing a scouting action ends the turn. A piece of Mankey meat. Oh, that poor Pokemon. Alright, let's just beat these vegan Dragoras up. Oh, we only fighting one of them? Ah, whatever. Oh, wait. What? My team has 4 monsters on it? Okay. That has some potential. Do we think it caps at 4? I think we go up to 5. We got a Seed of Wisdom, too. Unless those do completely different things. Items, let me check. Seed of Wisdom. Okay, raises the wisdom of a single ally by 3. Each monster type has an upper limit to its wisdom that cannot be exceeded. Alright, so not really worth overly investing into. I'll probably just hoard those for the time being. Is that something? No, it's just a rock. Do we have anything else? Yeah, the just a rocks look like I should be able to gather from them, though. Yeah, they look too specific. I bet they're like a crafting thing later. What is that? Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Oh, no. What is this? Capsicum. And they have a skewer going through them. I don't want it. When I was a child, I loved to play Dungeons and Dragons, but I always wanted the, like, very authentic, like, fantasy Dungeons and Dragons experience. I didn't really want it to be like kiddish or anything. I wanted to be kind of taken seriously with my role playing. Unfortunately, because I was pretty young, my friends and I would like do adventures, and those got kind of silly. But it was silly in the way of like we do a silly thing, and everybody would be like, "Yeah, let's have it be the silly thing." So I remember, I think. Oh, we can... Okay, so main party is 4. Reserves are up to 4. Gotcha. So I can carry 8 monsters with me at a time. That's wild. So, like, we were distracting some, I think, troglodytes or whatever. Water monsters with ventriloquism and Batman and some kind of, like, powerful trident. It was very funny for, like, 10-year-olds. But I don't know about nowadays. But it was kind of one of those where it's like, we were never trying to make the campaigns themselves silly. My dad, on the other hand, whenever he was DM, would actively try and make them kiddish and silly to, like, appeal to my brother and I, and it was always deeply uncomfortable. And so, like, seeing all these monsters here, I'm almost kind of reminded of the monsters my dad was sending up against us, and, like, the adventures he was trying to make us go down. I realized my dad was actually kind of a big fan of Dragon Quest. I think he was. No, he played some amount of Dragon Quest. I don't think I'd say that he was a big fan of it. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to keep investing in Soothsayer. Because I know he played Dragon Quest. But I think... I don't know. I don't know why he always came up with the really kiddish campaigns. But I do remember arguing with him about it. Trying to say, like, please, you know, not the stupid popcorn monsters. I want to fight goblins and orcs and stuff. Because I think I got into, like, I don't want to say high-level reading fairly early. But I was reading The Hobbit in, like, 3rd grade. 2nd or 3rd grade. Like, it was pretty early. Because I think what precipitated it was I walked into a library and saw the cover to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. When I was, like, super young, and I'm like, I want to read this book. And so despite being barely literate, I was reading books generally meant for adults. Early. Like, probably way too early. So I skipped a lot of, like, teen fiction for more, grown-up fiction, which sometimes is kind of weird and bad. But as such, I've always had trouble with the, like, overly kiddish designs. And so, yeah, just seeing all of this is just like, oh, it's like the dark part of my childhood. Which is funny because it's hardly dark. And it's winter now. I do like the season-changing mechanic, though. That's neat.
Oh, it's cold in winter. And the water's frozen solid. Hey, I bet you could walk on it. No problemo. Wow, what a sight. The waterfall's turned into a block of ice. I wonder what's in that cave. When you're done exploring, let's slip under that arch and see what awaits us beyond.
Are these... Oh no, they're not the hammerhoods. They're squids. They're kind of cute, though. Well, they're very cute, actually. Calamari Kid. I don't know, do we scout the Calamari Kid? Sure. Because, yeah, now I got a team of 4. That should make scouting a little bit easier. There we go. And then I will kill your brethren. What is his name? Squeed. Okay. Hey, what is in the cave? It doesn't look like it goes particularly deep. I'm curious about how they handle the level design with this. I found that the transition to 3D, I don't want to say it's like wrecked a lot of level design for developers, but it felt like older games had more interesting dungeons to explore. And that going full 3D, especially for like JRPGs and whatnot, the dungeons have gotten less interesting. And I do wonder if an amount of that just boils down to either the cost to model an extensive cave system, and, you know, maybe the performance hit. There's also always the element of just like 3D games, you tend to move faster. On the old, I guess on old pixel art 2D games, the dungeons tended to be fairly large, but you also moved through them much slower. If you notice right now, my character is sprinting through the environment. Okay, do we want to just assign all? Sure. I don't know what Sandstorm gets us. And I was going to invest down this direction, because I'm curious what Auto Restora gets us. But yeah, so my character is running at a fairly decent clip compared to the speed that I would walk in a 2D game. And so some part of me is just kind of like, this cave is super small, but then there's the question of like, yeah, but if this was pixel art, how big would it be? And my assumption is actually weirdly large, and my movement speed would be slower. Normally I kind of hate using MP, but right now it hasn't really been much of an issue. I think the only thing I'd maybe consider is switching Swerk around. Okay, good, so reserve monsters do good EXP. I would consider switching Swerk around so he mostly focuses on healing when we need it. But who knows, maybe there will be a talent set later on that specifically gives us some level of MP regen. Or, if not regen, the ability to steal it or something? I don't know. I don't think it really matters, especially right now, because we're leveling up pretty quick. I'm also noticing there's an S next to a bunch of these monsters. I wonder if that's like a size thing. You know, small, medium, large? Or... no, I don't really have any good explanations of what that means. Same thing with the fists, to be honest. I'm sure it'll probably get explained at some point, but I'm just going to sit here wondering. I also wanted to check. Change party. Oh, we can put accessories on our monsters. Yeah, so tactics. Swerg. Ah, I see. Show no mercy. Weaken the enemy. Support your allies. Focus on healing. Okay. I think right now I don't care. We can also do set instructions. Swerg. Oh. Allows you to decide how frequently your monster uses specific abilities. Okay. So, interesting. I like those. I like being able to somewhat handle these things automatically. And then there's handy heal, which is probably just heal the whole party with whatever healers you have. But yeah, I've really gotten into auto-battler mechanics lately. Namely, especially for older turn-based RPGs. It's one of those where, unless I'm fighting a boss fight, you know, these Calamari kids, it's more or less just a rote repetition of, like, hey, just fight these monsters as efficiently as possible, so you don't take damage. But to some degree, even for, like, an older style turn-based RPG, either it's designed to be hard, at which point every fight needs to be taken seriously, or it's kind of brain dead easy, at which point fighting is kind of, I guess, how you handle direct gameplay. Oh, is that the anteater? I don't remember if they're cool or not. Never mind. Ant Guzzler. It is not cool. If the eyes were different or cute, I think it'd be fine. But instead it looks like a an angry 40-year-old that's been interrupted after drinking non-stop forever. I don't think it's been guzzling ants. Okay. So we do have the MP booster. I think for now I'm just gonna work on unlocking as many abilities as we can. And we'll, I don't know, maybe go for the passives. We'll see. But yeah, so auto-battler mechanics work really well from my perspective for games like this. What are these? Are these just fireflies to tell me that... Yep, they're just firefly creatures. Having an auto-battler mechanic means that we can just let the game run itself. Especially for more, like, boring and repetitive actions. Like, for example, fighting an enemy that you've fought like a billion times before. I don't really need to think too deeply about tactics when fighting calamari kids. To some degree, if I want to conserve resources, yes, sure. But I think that's almost something I'd rather deal with whenever it comes to a boss fight than here. I think that does beg the question of, wait, is there like zero music in this area? Yeah, I can just hear some stuff in the background. Weird. It's just like the silence. Why is it so quiet? It does beg the question a little bit of like, why even fight something if you're just gonna auto your way through it? But I think to some degree there is a satisfaction of, is my team composition good enough? Have I built them well enough? Have I trained hard enough that these monsters of mine will have no trouble just fighting their way through? We are going to run out of MP, but hopefully we'll level up before that becomes a problem. Also, I like the story angle for this game. I didn't really talk about it too much, but it's nice to have a protagonist. I do notice that they do this for the Monster series, where the story tends to be darker. Maybe not darker. But the main character, at least, their origins tend to be a little bit darker than in... like, the standard Dragon Quest series? Maybe not. I'm thinking of Dragon Quest 1 and 2. And, like, am I supposed to be here, or am I supposed to be up? Probably up. Because in Dragon Quest 2, one of the characters' kingdom was straight up, like, destroyed by... That was Malroth, wasn't it? But it was destroyed kind of during or right at the beginning of the game. And so there's kind of that feeling of exploring the castle and being like, oh, this is kind of sad. You know, they lived here. Let's see. Yeah, no, never mind, actually. The more I think about it, the more it's like, yeah, actually, the Dragon Quest stories do tend to have kind of weirdly dark undertones. They never really deliver on it fully, though. Sort of. Like, they do and they don't. So it's always, like, weirdly dark here and there. Is this just, like, a gazillion Drakis all at once? It is. Am I fighting all of them? No, I'm just fighting 2. Oh. I was kind of expecting I'd be able to fight 4, so my Sizz would actually hit the whole group. Why is it when Sword casts that, he's just on the ground being like, nyeh, nyeh, nyeh. I don't know. You know, I'm not even gonna think too hard about it. Let's see. But no, I've mentioned this a couple of times. I've been playing through the Final Fantasy games. I'm stalled right now because I'm stuck between Final Fantasy, I'm stuck between Final Fantasy 9 and 12. I've played both of them vaguely halfway, or a little bit past that point, and I've kind of lost steam on both, and it's hard to get steam back up again. Especially because there's so many other games that I almost kind of enjoy more. But I'm still mostly committed to finishing the entire series, just so I can say that I have, and so I can... I don't know, it's one of those where it feels like, especially for me, being a Moleman, especially for me being a big fan of RPGs, JRPGs especially, not having played through the Final Fantasy series feels like I'm missing a massive reference point. But I think after I'm done, I will probably sit down and maybe play through either like the Dragon Quest franchise, or there's like one or two other ones. There's like the Star Ocean games, but I'm kind of hoping that Square Enix just keeps remastering them. I realize I'm just like, oh, I should just play all of these Square Enix games, and then maybe there's that question mark of maybe I should also play games that aren't just Square Enix titles. Do we fight this guy? Sure. This is probably a mistake. The music changed. You'll sometimes encounter extremely strong monsters while out adventuring. Succeed in scouting them, you'll have gained a powerful ally, but you have to overcome them. Oh, but first you'll have to overcome them. Task easier said than done. Let's see, orders. Sword? Attack, defend, heal. What about tactics? Sword. I think they're all on Show No Mercy. I'm gonna switch Sword over to focus on healing.
Focus.
Oh, our character actually has a voice. I guess they would, wouldn't they? Well, let's see how we do. I am beyond hosed. I did some damage to him. But yeah, it's time to leave. We are not. I kind of knew that was going to happen. Okay, go back to an inn. Let's see, healing items to nurse them back to health. Well, I don't think we have any of those at the moment. So, I guess easiest answer is change party. Just swap Swerg out. Changes are lost. What? I would have to confirm. Odd choice. I'll just scout for another monster. Hello, you look scoutable. Join my party.
Now.
Unfortunately, I'm down a party member, so this is going to be a little on the rough side. Ooh. Okay, so they do more damage. Oh, that's hardly a problem. Oh, and I can't scout them. Well, kill. I guess if you see like a regular slime or something, I'll consider it. Or if we get another scout option. I wonder if they're wounded. Well, never mind, they're dead. Yeah, I wonder if wounding them makes them more or easier to scout overall. I guess I could also throw some meat, but whatever. Let's trigger the cutscene and see what happens.
And here we are in spring again. Wait, have you seen the size of those flowers in the river? I bet you could climb aboard and ride one. Why not give it a try? Go with the flow. Anyway, that's about the size of it. Spring, summer, autumn and winter. You've seen it all now. As the seasons change, so does the world around you. Even the cast of monsters. It's year-round fun, I tell ya. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Back to the topic of monster wrangling. You passed the audition with flying colours! As a reward for scoring the role, let me teach you a handy little spell. That'll let you return to any place you've already visited quick as a flash. It's sure to come in handy. Now that's a wrap. See you back at the village.
Okay, wow, that's really nice that I can just zoom back. Oh, it even takes me to checkpoints, too. Oh, so it'll straight up take me, to the place where I'm currently standing. Well, let's go back to Rose Hill. Let's go find an inn, and maybe spend some of our money. I don't know if we actually have to go back to town to progress to the quest. Oh yeah, looks like we do anyway. Cool. I like that fast travel system though. That feels really good. As one of the problems with going back to old games is that modern games have started to just streamline to the point where dialogue.
By the way,
Hold up, I almost forgot to tell you. Any critter you scout when your traveling party is already full will be sent to the Monster Depot. You'll find the Monster Depot in the paddock, which you can get to from the teleportal in the middle of the village. I'll prepare the teleportal so you can come and go as you please. Head over and talk to Zachariah if you're keen to hear the particulars. We can now use the teleportal. Oh, there's something else actually. Pop by my shop later and I'll explain. I mean, mostly I just want to find the inn. Any monster you befriend can be sent to your depot. Yeah, we're good. Let's just rest. Hello. I like these old dumpling men. Now, it looks like I don't have to pay for this inn, at the very least. Okay. Monsters have been fully healed. Yeah, so let's change party. Let's put Swerg back in. Sorry, Squeed. Oh. I have to confirm it. I don't know why I have to. That's an odd choice. Okay, now can I shop here? Oh yeah, he just... he just scuttles over. Hell yeah.
What do you reckon?
How do you do, Wander? I hope you turned up. Fizzy tells me you show real promise as a Monster Wrangler. Like father, like son, suppose. Your old man being Rodolfo the Tyrant, master of monster kind after all. Now I recall you saying you wanted to get even with your old man one day. You still dead set on revenge? No. No need to hide it, lad. Deep down you long to take some right royal revenge on your old man, don't you? No. Okay. Non-choice. I see. Hang on, I know just the thing. Here, a gun!
What you need, lad, is to enter your first monster mega brawl. Way off to the west of here, there's a big town called Endor. That's where monster wranglers go to test their mettle in the heat of battle. I reckon if you were to make a name for yourself there, your dad might just sit up and take notice. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The path I'm proposing is a perilous one. Are you ready for this? Good lad. Now, without further ado, let me make the necessary arrangements. Ta-da! This here's a handy teleportal. It'll take you to Endor in a jiffy.
Wait, really?
Set your sights on winning the Category G contest for starters. I know you'll do us proud, lad.
I'm not sure if I like the idea of being able to just warp there. Okay. For now, I want to go back to the grasslands for a bit. I don't think I want to engage with the plot anymore for the rest of this video, not that we have too much left. I just want to see what the extent of this zone is, see if there's anything else. I can't imagine we have access to a lot of the deeper monster customization. I don't think we have accessories or any of that jazz. But yeah, I wanted to go ride the flower, seeing as that was mentioned, and then I just never... Oops, that's the wrong one. Yeah, do we have an run even faster button? I don't think we do. Yeah, let's see what happens when I ride a flower. But yeah, I don't like the idea of warping to a different town, purely from the perspective of, I kind of want these games to feel like an adventure. And... let's see. And, I mean, who knows? Maybe this is... oh, nope. Maybe this is a bigger zone? Maybe it's just kind of a secret little bonus area. Who knows? But just warping to the next town just always feels weird in these games. Oh, doesn't notice our presence. Oh, we can also ZL to change battle speed? Oh. And then we just have a full-on auto battle. Well, that's actually super nice. Oh yeah, we might as well up the speed too. Yeah, for all these regular fights, I'll just leave it kind of on auto. Once again, does kind of take me out of the game a little bit, but that's fine. I think for me, the gameplay of a Monster Collection game, especially like this one, is mostly centered around the actual, like, building and management of my monster team, rather than the direct combat, as odd as that is. Now we're starting to fight groups of 3. Oh, I see. It'll say fast. Perfect. And so, knowing that I've made a team that can tackle any challenge, that's where the satisfaction comes for me, rather than the, like, oh, you know, did I manage to, like, get the heal off in time and stuff. I think that can be kind of fun, but I think that's better left for generally boss fights. But maybe that's just me having played so many RPGs and so many different games over the years, that I think, it's rare for me to run into one of these games where I feel particularly pressed to begin with. And usually it's because of my own, like, poor gameplay, or planning, or preparation, rather than, like, the game's actually hard. I'm curious about, like, how you could make a hard turn-based RPG, because I know, like, the Persona games, for example, can be kind of challenging, but a lot of that just comes from, monsters being reasonably dangerous and having a bunch of extra mechanics you have to layer. And so once you start layering those mechanics, the game gets really easy. And so it's the challenge more or less comes from how much you are engaging with the game, with all of the game's systems, as opposed to pure gameplay challenge, if that makes sense. I'm trying to think of how to describe it. Oh, does this just drop me back where I was? Was that just kind of a bonus little area? Kind of was, kind of wasn't. So we've got more vegan Dagoras. Do I have anything around here? No. I see a slime. Let's catch it while we're here. Oh, never mind, it's dead. I guess if I want to catch something, I'll have to figure out how to turn that off. At some point. Oh well. It's fine. I can't breed any monsters to begin with, so having a large quantity of creatures is mostly meaningless to me. What is that? Oh. Oh wait, no, I forgot these things have horror faces. I was like, oh, it's a cute caterpillar, and then I remembered. And then I remembered the killer pillar's face. Alright. Anyway, what else is there to even say? I mean, we've barely even started. I'm sure I haven't seen half of the features in this game. Just knowing that there's an accessories system that you can equip accessories to your monsters adds a whole layer of kind of, oh, this could be really interesting, actually. And so I'm quite curious to see where that goes. Oh, and now the seasons are played out like a clock. So it's just a slow over time thing. Okay, here's the slime. This time around, I'm going to... Okay, auto battle is already off. We are going to scout the slime. You have no choice but to join me.
You're one of us now.
Is that my character's name? It is. Or, that is my character's, not name, voice. I don't know. I kind of wish they had actually voice acted the main character. I know it's in Dragon Quest's, for its Dragon Quest prerogative to not have a voice protagonist. I do respect it. But only so much. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool to have, like, a... Well, I mean, straight up, Dragon Quest Builders 2 had Malroth and then the Builder. And Malroth was just, like, a great character. And the Builder was fine through pantomime and other things. But it was one of those where Malroth was the real character and the Builder was just kind of his friend. Even though you were playing from the Builder's perspective. And so... I don't know. They wrote Malroth so well, I guess I've been craving some level of voice acting from all of my characters. I think ever since Dragon Quest XI is the real answer. Because I like Dragon Quest XI a fair bit, but it was uncomfortable how great the rest of the cast was, and how boring and wooden the hero in that game was. Especially because, like, there were moments where it's like, dude's watching his parents die, and, you know, the best he's got is a slightly shocked expression that just reverts back to default as soon as the cutscene is over, and it's just kind of like, I don't know. I guess I'm leery of having the whiny teenager character again, too. But this map is actually bigger than I thought. And it might lead to a different zone. I don't know. I'm just gonna wander around. Let's see. A couple of Bunnicorn there. I guess I'll fight them. Kind of wish it would be like up to 6, but no, it's just 2. I wonder if my monsters are like actively estimating the level difference between them and saying like, yeah, there's no point in using spells here. Maybe. Yeah, how much? Actually, it seems like the game's performance takes a long time to load that menu up, or the map especially. Yeah, let's go over here. Let's just keep going in this way for a little bit longer. I don't know. Despite any complaints I might levy against the monster designs, I love these games. I'm looking forward to when the monster designs get legitimately really cool later on, because they always do, and it's always worth getting there. Like, I specifically remember in Dragon Quest, or Dragon Warrior Monsters, Dragon Quest Monsters 1 and 2, there's a certain point kind of towards the end of the game where you start getting the ability to breed monsters together to make the high-end, like, demon lordy boss monsters. And getting there, especially right before the end of the game, was always so satisfying, because you had to have very specifically, like, combined monsters. I don't even remember if there were stat requirements or what, but it was just this incredibly cool system that rewarded you for being very careful with how you raised your monsters, and took a lot of time and effort to complete. And then you'd just be stomping around with, like, a freaking Hydra, which is one of the, I think it was a Rochi, but it was one of the harder bosses in Dragon Warrior Monsters 1. And there was something just really cool about that I don't think I've really recaptured in a Monster Collection game. You know, Pokemon, apart from, I guess, really trying to go for the perfect IVs on a monster. Oh, it's a U.
Now.
It's cute. It looks so happy to be here, and now it is mine. What is its name? There we go. And so I legitimately hope we get up to that point. And we're already seeing some really interesting monsters. I'm not sure if I want to recruit this thing. I don't know if it's a large type or not. Nope. It's larger. Oh, and it even tells you if you have it or not, because you'll have a check mark. Nice. And yeah, this zone is a lot larger than I thought it would be. I'm hoping we can walk to Endor. Maybe not its moon, but the planet itself. No, sorry. But I'm hoping we can walk to Endor just for the sake of... how would I describe it? For the sake of adventure. Because I know Dragon Quest Monsters 1, you were just going to these procedurally generated locations. There was almost nothing to them, which made them a little boring. Let's see, do we want to go south? Yeah, let's go south first, because that looks like it's a limited environment. And we'll run out of places to go. And so, like, the first game was all procedurally generated, and I think it lost out to some degree. Namely just because, well, there was no real level design. It was just kind of these weird, expansive, cobbled together worlds. And then the second one actually had hand design levels and randomized ones, because you eventually got keys that would bring you to different locations. And that was kind of cool. And then I think Joker was hand designed, but the levels were smaller and maybe less interesting, so it didn't feel as cool to me. Because I played like a little bit of one of them and then said, I'm not feeling this. But so these levels actually seem kind of large and at least vaguely interesting to explore. And so I'd love to be able to go from one town to the next. Oh, but I can't do this. I can't cross this water until we have winter, and that's a little ways off. Well, here's the question. Can I actually zoom here? Yes. So it looks like I can zoom to the windburnt bluffs. I can't do more than that. Let's just go back here, because I think there was one other climbable spot that I missed previously. But I'll have to come back at a later date to check the other side of that thing. Almost be nice if you could actually just manually change the season. Just say like, nope, I'm going to just wait until winter. Which, I like the seasonal timer. It does pose some very interesting questions about how this world is supposed to survive. You'd have to have some weird crops if they could handle the seasons changing on the hour. I mean, it's probably faster than that. It's probably every 10 minutes. But, like, that would wreak some heinous nonsense on almost any and every plant. I mean, the trees seem to change with the season. I didn't check if they lose their leaves, though. Ooh. I mean, not that any of it matters. Anyway, so, I guess with all of this said, I guess one last thank you to Square Enix for sending me a copy of this game. I love everything they generally put out, so it's just kind of nice when I get access to and can cover their games. I think in terms of publishers exploiting my time over the years, dominating my time over the years, Square Enix has, like, the vast majority of my time. Compared to, I mean, even like Pokemon, for example. I played a lot of Nintendo games, but I've played a lot of Square Enix over the years. And so, it's nice to see that they're carrying on the Dragon Quest legacy. In, how would I describe it? In such a quality way, but then also just in terms of, oops. I was actually going to catch the Stump Chump just for the sake of having one. Oh well. But yeah, it's nice to see that they've brought this back, and I hope it works out for them. I'll have to see what reviewers have said about it, but my base impressions are favorable. I'm just curious about long-term structure and like how the game feels 20, 30, 40 hours in. I'll probably play this on my own over the course of the next couple months. I think right now I'm trying to churn through as many indie games as I possibly can before the end of the year, in case I want to do any kind of like, hey, you know, here are my favorite indie games out of the year. Because I could do that for AAA stuff, but that always feels kind of, I don't want to say wasteful.
You're one of us now.
Okay, his name is Brutus. There we go. My uncle had a chicken named Brutus, and it was a little monster. What did I say? Oh, rooster. Right. But it had a tiny head, and it was just the meanest little cuss. It would kill hens. It would attack my uncle. It would attack my aunt. And, you know, we were visiting them, and Brutus was at it again and attacked my aunt and, like, actually had cut up her heels a bit. Sorry, buddies. Okay. Send somebody away. Cool. But so, after that, they decided to, cook and eat Brutus. But now whenever I think of roosters, I think of Brutus. So, I guess it lives on immortal in my mind as the jerk little rooster that couldn't. Anyway. With that story out of the way, I think it's a good stopping point for me. I could keep going, but I don't want to go to the new town, do some story stuff and whatnot. It looks like we've largely tapped out this area, unless I wait for winter, and I think that's going to get kind of slow. So I'm just going to catch the last couple of monsters that are in the zone. And got it. I do really like the scouting system. It's so much more reliable. I'm not even going to think about its name for the time being. The old games, you just throw meat at them and hope they'd like you. And that always felt not great to me. And so this system feels way, way, way better. It does seem like they might join you automatically sometimes, but that seems to be quite rare. Anyway, so Dragon Quest Monsters Dark Prince is available on only the Switch at the moment. Judging by how Square Enix has handled all of their previous releases, chances are it'll come out on PC and PlayStation at a later date. But if you got a Switch, I think I'd recommend it. I, again, can't really vouch for anything past the first hour. But it's immediately giving me all of those fun vibes of that the olden games gave me. I think the long intro is a little bit slow, and I think that's really the main complaint, but I think that's just we can't afford to let people have a bad first impression, so we will guide them in. And is what it is. But otherwise, yeah, it's a perfectly cromulent monster collection game and entry into the Dragon Quest Monsters series, and I'm looking forward to playing more of this. So, I guess with all that said, if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.